سيداتي سادتي أرحب بالمنتخبين.
Mesdames et messieurs, souhaitons la bienvenue aux deux équipes.
Yes, a very good evening from Nouakchott in Mauritania, and live coverage tonight of this final game in 2022 World Cup qualifying Group B in the African zone between Mauritania and Equatorial Guinea. It is the denouement of a fascinating section, and of course we will have to have one eye and one ear on events elsewhere tonight. Equatorial Guinea still in with a chance of making it through to the playoff round. They are second in the group on 10 points. They trail the leaders Tunisia on goal difference. Realistically, given the difference there, Tunisia with a superior goal difference by 6. Equatorial Guinea have to hope that Tunisia failed to win tonight at home against Zambia. And in the meantime, they have to focus on getting the job done here in Mauritania against the bottom team in the group. Yes, all set for a fascinating final evening here in this qualification campaign in Africa, the second stage. And remember, nothing will be definitively decided tonight. There is still the playoffs to come next March, and that will decide the 5 qualifiers for the World Cup in Qatar, which begins just over a year from now in November 2022. But the dream for Equatorial Guinea is to get through this round and make it into the playoffs with the big boys of the continent. It would be a major shock if they pipped Tunisia to top spot in the group, but they've given themselves a chance thanks to their stunning victory at home against Tunisia on Saturday in Malabo. A late goal from Pablo Ganet giving them the points in that game and keeping them in it just when you expected Tunisia to have top spot wrapped up. The Carthage Eagles already slipped up here in Mauritania last month, a 0-0 draw, and that after they'd started the campaign in superb fashion. 3 straight wins, no goals conceded in these first 3 games for the Tunisians. And meanwhile, Equatorial Guinea, to their credit, have recovered brilliantly from that 3-0 defeat in Tunis right at the beginning of the campaign. Out come the teams then here in Nouakchott tonight. select few in the stands here in the Mauritanian capital for what will be the last game in this World Cup qualifying campaign for Mauritania. It might not be for Equatorial Guinea. The dream is still alive for them, the impossible dream you might have said at the beginning of this campaign, and yet they could still deny Tunisia a top spot in Group B and make it through to the playoff round. Coming up to 7 in the evening here in Nouakchott, kick-off time approaching, and before the game gets underway we will of course have the national anthems.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever s'il vous plaît pour l'hymne national de la Guinée équatoriale.
Starting off with the national anthem of Equatorial Guinea. That was the national anthem of Equatorial Guinea. And now time for the national anthem of the hosts, Mauritania. Well, that's got the home fans going. Mauritania looking to sign off on a high tonight. They've got some big appointments coming up in the weeks ahead. The Arab Cup and the Africa Cup of Nations on the horizon. For now, though, time for them to salvage some pride from this disappointing World Cup qualifying campaign. Well, the Mauritania starting lineup, named by their interim coach Gerard Boucher, shows 9 changes from the team that played at the weekend and was torn apart by Zambia, losing 4-0 in Lusaka. The only players to keep their place are the goalkeeper Babacar Diop and the captain Aboubakar Kamara, the striker who's played at a very high level in France and in England, formerly of Fulham, amongst other clubs, and now playing in Greek football with Aris Thessaloniki. Ahmad Imtihaz Hiralal is the man in charge this evening. And this is the Equatorial Guinea team, named by the coach Juan Micha, as they look to build on their stunning victory against the group favourites Tunisia at the weekend. There are 3 changes to the team. Miguel Angel Maye, the number 2, comes into the starting lineup. There is a start as well for Josete Miranda, the number 17. And the other player introduced to the team is Alex Balboa, the number 14, who plays for Alaves, the club in La Liga. Strong contingent of players based in Spanish football, including Pablo Ganet, who got the winning goal in the game against Tunisia. Off we go then. Mauritania get us underway. It's a huge night for Equatorial Guinea, a country that has never come close to qualifying for a World Cup before, but they come into this final match day in Group B still with a chance of upsetting the odds and topping this group ahead of Tunisia. To do that, well, of course, they'll need a helping hand. Tunisia's goal difference is far superior, and therefore they'll need Tunisia to slip up tonight. In the meantime, they have to focus on getting the job done here in Nouakchott against the Mauritania side, who will prop up the group regardless of how things finish here this evening. It's going to be a fascinating night of football here in Group B and across the continent. Equatorial Guinea on the front foot already. Mahmoud Abdullahi with the intervention up against Alex Balboa. Artificial surface in Nouakchott, where Tunisia were denied last month in a 0-0 draw. The hunch might be that there's not going to be a lot of goals this evening in this game, but really, Equatorial Guinea have to go for it, given the goal difference swing they would need if Tunisia were to win. It seems impossible to imagine them overturning that. Tunisia is currently +7, and Equatorial Guinea +1. Up by Miguel Angel Maye. Nice footwork on this near side. There's a Mauritanian player down here, and Hassan Lemrabot requiring some treatment. Gerard Boucher is the man on the bench now for Mauritania. He was brought in on an interim basis a few weeks ago after the somewhat surprise decision to sack Corentin Martins, another Frenchman who'd been at the helm since 2014, taken Mauritania to the last Cup of Nations, qualified them for the upcoming tournament in Cameroon. Free kick for Equatorial Guinea. into the box, and it might just fall for the shot. It's blazed over the bar. Well, that was a glorious chance for the away side to get the early goal here. Pablo Ganet's free kick causing problems in the home penalty box. And it fell very kindly for Oscar Siafa. An early warning for Mauritania. And here comes Siafa again. Once more the whistle goes from the referee. Oscar Siafa is a big physical presence up front for Equatorial Guinea. Zalang Nacional. That stunning performance at the Cup of Nations in 2015, but they were the host nation back then. Free kick played quickly. It's been touched behind for the throw. Headed away. And eventually thumped clear by Houssem Abderrahman. Just pride at stake this evening for Mauritania. Just the 1 point in this group for them. Just the 1 goal scored. That was in their first match. A 2-1 defeat here against Zambia in September. 4 consecutive games since then without finding the net. Played some good stuff here against Tunisia last month, and that's why it came as a bit of a surprise to hear the news that Corentin Martins had been sacked. But look now to the future, and of course the Cup of Nations on the horizon. That long ball downfield will be headed away by Babacar Diop, not convincingly so. Free kick given. Free kick is left to Al Hassan Oueibib, defender who plays his club football in Iraq. It's a smattering of home-based talent in the Mauritanian side, and FC Nouadhibou are well represented. They are the leading club domestically, and Mauritanian football is really developing fast, and of course some of the stuff they've achieved in Corentin Martins' time in charge, very impressive. Country of just 4.5 million people could be in here. Boubacar Kamara looking to make a menace of himself in the box, but that ball runs through to Jesus Owono, the goalkeeper. Forward for Siafa to chase. Mauritania made it to their first major tournament at the Cup of Nations 2 years ago in Egypt. Finished bottom of their group, but credit to them, they recovered from a 4-1 hammering against Mali in their opening game to hold Angola and Tunisia to 0-0 draws. Scoring goals has long been a problem for them, but the introduction of Boubacar Kamara to the setup has been made with the idea of improving in that department. Abdullahi. Emea Tanji. To feed it through towards Kamara. Tanji again, this is good from the home team. A low ball into the 6-yard box by Amadou Niasse, and turned behind for the first corner of the game. An early goal here for Mauritania would be a dagger to the heart of Equatorial Guinea's World Cup dream. Yassine Sheikh El Veli to take it. Swinging ball, headed away. Back to Yassine Sheikh El Veli again, but safely into the arms of the goalkeeper, Jesus Owono. At the Olympic Stadium in Nouakchott, capital of Mauritania tonight. Mauritania holding Tunisia here a few weeks ago. Zambia came here and won at the beginning of the campaign. Zambia mathematically could still win the group as well. If they win tonight and Equatorial Guinea lose, you would have all 3 points together on 10 points, all three teams together on 10 points, but still Tunisia's goal difference is such that they would be in a strong position, you feel. High side looking for the corner. Federico Bicoro is the number 4. Well, did come off the defender last, El Hassan Houibib. Nicely done. Oh, when it's turned away at the near post. Well, it was Josete who collected that corner and tried to catch out Babacar Diop. Just a warning for the home team to be on their guard as the corner's played short again. This time it is stopped by the defender on the edge of the 6-yard area. And the header from Siafa, but the offside flag was up that time. Well, a chance for Equatorial Guinea. Played in by Pablo Ganet. There is Josete Miranda, who's one of the players brought into the away starting lineup this evening by Juan Micha. It's like a nasty challenge on Ivan Edu, and the referee from Mauritius reaching for his pocket, the first booking of the game. Hassan Lemrabot, who picks up the yellow card. Well, the sound effects were pretty formidable on that tackle. The sound of the contact and the sound of the players' cries of anguish. Requiring some treatment here, and another opportunity from a dead ball for the away side. Pablo Ganet will fancy delivering this one. Here's the tackle without the sound effects, but a really horrible tackle, and one that could have done some real damage to the Equatorial Guinea player. Animation of the yellow card. Well, good news for the away side is that Ivan Edu is back on his feet. Could have done some real damage. And Pablo Ganet to deliver the free kick here. Ganet plays it in, and Boubacar Diop does well to punch it away under pressure. And the Mauritania goalkeeper has gone down now. Well, it's a physical battle. The stakes are very high this evening. Boubacar Diop feeling the effects of the contact. Holding his right ankle by the looks of it. well have been trampled on as he landed. Well, the substitute goalkeeper naturally is warming up. Diao has already featured in this campaign, the number 16 who we saw there going through his exercises on the touchline, and let's see if Boubacar Diop will be able to continue. The Nouadhibou goalkeeper mentioned that Nouadhibou are the strongest team domestically. They are the national champions. They made it through to the second round of this season's CAF Champions League, and they did eventually get knocked out by Entente de Sétif, the Algerian side, but they only lost on away goals. It was a good performance and a further sign of just how football in Mauritania is improving. You see the incident again. Pretty innocuous, really. The Equatorial Guinea player had every right to go up for that ball. Boubacar Diop still undergoing treatment here. There should be some lengthy stoppage time at the end of this first half, I think. Of the situation this World Cup qualifying campaign earlier today. Algeria and Nigeria wrapped up their places in the final stage. Mali, Egypt, Ghana, Senegal, Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo all through as well. And as well as Group B, the other group being decided tonight is Group D, where Cameroon host the Ivory Coast in a winner-takes-all showdown. 0-0 the scoreline here at the moment in Nouakchott between Mauritania and Equatorial Guinea. We are obliged to keep you abreast of the details elsewhere in this group tonight, but for the moment, no goals between Tunisia and Zambia. All played through by Gannett towards Oscar Siafa. Siafa still going. It's a bruising battle with Houebi, but Mauritanian centre-back. Very much a bruising central defender, the Mauritanian number 21. It is a home throw. Alassane Lemrabot to take it. With the instructions for his players from the touchline as the free kick is sent forward. Collected by Josete, but it's a foul by him. Amadou Niasse was the player caught. Kick is played in behind, but the referee wants a bit more time. Welly to take it. Fielder based in Tunisia. Might not be too popular when he goes back to Tunisia after this game. Depends on events this evening, but it will be if Mauritania can help the Tunisians and get a result tonight. Amadou Niasse. Dalahi holding in the home midfield. He does well, shakes off the attentions of Federico Bicoro. big switch of place, an excellent ball for Niasse on the near side. Niasse could be in, and it flashes across the face of goal. The Mauritania number 8. Terrific crossfield pass for Niasse, who was onside, and his shot was on target, but well saved by Jesus Owono. Nearly a surprise opening goal for Mauritania. Scored just once in this campaign, remember. Got the corner. Yassine Sheikh El Veli to take it, an in-swinging ball. And, looking for the header of Houaibib. Well, it's a painful one. Pablo Ganet and Micha's team needing a result tonight to keep their hopes alive, and news coming through from Tunisia is not good for Equatorial Guinea, because Tunisia have scored at home against Zambia, an early goal for them. And, that means that they're on course to top the group, given their goal difference advantage. Any win for Tunisia tonight should be enough, unless Equatorial Guinea can somehow rack up near enough a record scoreline. But have to concentrate on events here for now. The away side, Josete taking on Abdullahi. Is that a free kick? Yes, it is. And it's going to be a card. Another yellow. Well, can't be too many complaints about that. Confirmation of the booking for Mahmoud Abdullahi. A chance then to deliver the free kick here from the left. Pablo Ganet is the man standing over the dead ball. The man who got the winning goal against Tunisia at the weekend. He plays it to the edge of the box, and the shot from Ivan Edu. Sweeping changes made by Gerard Bouchard this evening to the Mauritania team. 9 changes altogether from the side that started at the weekend. They were swept aside at the weekend in Lusaka against Zambia. Here come Mauritania again. It's a good ball for Niasse. Niasse slips as he plays that in, but it's been turned home inside the 6-yard box. It's a goal for Mauritania, and it's Aboubakar Kamara, the home captain, who gets it. A rare goal in this qualifying campaign. And things are not going Equatorial Guinea's way tonight. Well, it's the second time that ball has been played in behind Equatorial Guinea left back for Amadou Niasse. And he set it up perfectly for Aboubakar Kamara to score. Credit to Himea Tanji for the initial pass over the top. Amadou Niasse saw that the shot wasn't on, and he played it to Aboubakar Kamara. A tap-in for the captain. Well, there we have it, midway through the first half here. Mauritania in front against Equatorial Guinea. And Tunisia beating Zambia in the other game tonight in the group. If it stays this way, then Tunisia will overcome the shock and disappointment of losing in Malabo at the weekend to top the section. And Equatorial Guinea will have to settle for second place. That's got the few fans in the stand here on this side of the stadium in Nouakchott. Certainly raised the noise levels. Lemrabot. Amadunias set up the goal. Collected by Ganet. Cosette. Miguel Angel Maye. Ganet again. Saul Coco playing it to Maye. Strong play in midfield from the home team. Here they come again. Alnike Musa Ndiaye. Nias. Free kick. Nias is wreaking havoc against the Equatorial Guinea defence. There's the foul committed by Josete. The Equatorial Guinea defence was cut open for the opening goal. Mauritania now hoping to cause problems from the set piece. Yassine Sheikh El Veli again standing over it. The referee just a warning for some of the players there. Pablo Ganet is one of them. Yassine's delivery, he slips as he takes it. There's the header into the arms of the goalkeeper. The grateful arms of Ovono. Header from Abderrahman. Back come Equatorial Guinea. Mea Tanji. Ganet. Given against Balboa. The Wayside struggling here to impose themselves on proceedings. It's worth bearing in mind Equatorial Guinea's results away from home previously, as we get confirmation of the yellow card for Alex Balboa. Equatorial Guinea beat 3-0 in Tunisia in September. But they got a 1-1 draw in Zambia last month in Lusaka. Crucial result, that one, and Zambia very unlikely to be qualifying tonight, of course, which is a shame for the Copper Bullets. Captain, rather, Carlos Acapo, playing it inside to Orozco. This is Saul Coco. Orozco again. Carlos Acapo, arguably the biggest name in this Equatorial Guinea team, the captain Carlos Acapo, in terms of what he's doing on the pitch at the moment, playing in La Liga for Cadiz. There he is. There's a very strong Spanish flavour to this team. Equatorial Guinea was once upon a time a Spanish territory. And, a lot of the players in Equatorial Guinea are now calling upon are born and raised in Spain, but with perhaps one parent who's come from Equatorial Guinea. And you see that reflected in where their players are based. 8 of the starting lineup tonight play their club football in Spain, 2 based in Greece, and just the one player who plies his trade at home in the domestic league. Miguel Angel Maye, the number 2, with Futuro Kings. Here is Maye, the number 2. To play it forward early towards Siafa. Collected in midfield by Balboa. Gannett. He's a player who can make something happen. It's the shot from range, which fizzes just wide, and well, not sure if that took a touch off anybody on its way through. Pablo Gannett surging forward and going for goal. Equatorial Guinea need that from him as they chase this game. Apologies for one or two of the problems we're having with the pictures here, occasionally breaking up, hoping that it's not spoiling your enjoyment of the game. Stakes high here this evening, as they are in the other match in the group in Tunis. Mauritania leading Equatorial Guinea by 1-0, half an hour in. Abubakar Kamara midway through the first half with the breakthrough for the home team. Kick is given and played quickly by Ivan Edu. There's Saul Coco, belongs to Las Palmas, Spanish club in the Canary Islands. Josete, possession won back by Kamara. Kamara trying to break through the lines there. Cool defending from Esteban Orozco. Mauritania have it back again. There's an Equatorial Guinea player down as Mauritania drive forward. There are appeals for a penalty, nothing given. Once more it was Amadou Niasse causing problems. Terrific driving run from him, and an excellent tackle from Saul Coco. Cleanly playing the ball inside the area. Had to time that right, and he did it perfectly. Superb challenge. Keeping Equatorial Guinea in this game. Running from Amadou Niasse, he certainly stood out in the early stages tonight. The player who is based in the Egyptian league. Juan Micha, the Equatorial Guinea coach, very animated on the touchline. Coco played forward by Gannett. Picked up now by Josete. Sakapu. Run all the way through to Jesus Owono. Belongs to Alaves, but plays for the B team. B teams at leading clubs in Spain can play all the way up to the second tier. This is good from Equatorial Guinea, and then a move just breaks down on the edge of the box, and Oscar Siafa, well, he was involved in the early stages, had that terrific chance in the opening minutes for the away side, which he blazed over the bar. struggled to get into the game since then. Back by Abdullahi. Abdullahi again. Unmissable figure in that Mauritanian midfield. Back come Equatorial Guinea. The ball played through by Ivan Edu. Looking for Siafa, and the referee has pulled it back for the foul. Well, he's been in the wars a bit this evening. Ivan Edu has taken a few knocks. Number 6 jersey from the away side. He was born in Catalonia, just outside Barcelona. He's from Fuenlabrada in the Spanish second tier. One of the survivors in the Equatorial Guinea squad from the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. It was Equatorial Guinea's time to shine as the host nation, and they enjoyed a sensational run all the way to the semi-finals before losing to Ghana by 3-0 in Malabo, and then eventually losing on penalties to the Democratic Republic of Congo in the third place playoff as well. Way back to Owono. Sends it long downfield, asking too much of Josete. Edu played in that semi-final defeat against Ghana, but otherwise, survivors from that run are few and far between. The star back then was Javier Balboa, the former Real Madrid player. Very tight call for the assistant referee. Emilio Nsue. He's known for his time at Real Mallorca. Part of the team here this evening. Different starting lineup named, and there is the shot on goal from Ivan Edu. See Nsue at some point in the second half. You'd imagine Juan Micha might have to make some changes. Equatorial Guinea probably never really thought that qualification for the World Cup was within their grasp, and the main focus has to be on the Cup of Nations. They've got a terrific opportunity in that competition in a group with Algeria and the Ivory Coast, as well as Sierra Leone. Of barely 1.5 million people, of course, Equatorial Guinea. It is not a renowned footballing nation on the continent. Ivan Edu lifts the cross up towards Siafa on the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's very well claimed by Babacar Diop. Commanding goalkeeping from Mauritania keeper. It's recovered from that knock he picked up in the early stages. Diop of Nouadhibou. The ball is played all the way through, and Nemea Tanji could be in here. Tanji's shot saved by the goalkeeper. Orozco had got in front of him and then allowed the shot to be directed towards goal, and Mauritania could have been 2-0 in front. Well, there is a soft centre to this Equatorial Guinea team, that's for sure. Not creating enough going forward either. And at the moment, Tunisia looking in very good shape indeed. They are in front at home against Zambia. They've just scored a second goal. It's the shot from Emea Tanji. Meanwhile, Boubacar Diop is going to have to undergo some more treatment here, and it may well be that Mauritania have to make the change. Namori Diaw could well be required to come on. The dream is slipping away for Equatorial Guinea. Apart from anything else, even if they do win tonight, Tunisia's goal difference is already up to +9. And I think in between the two goals, Wabi Kazri had a penalty saved for Tunisia in that match, and all of that means that it's a long way back for Equatorial Guinea now. Diop back on his feet again. The referee from Mauritius will restart proceedings with a drop ball. Balboa. Maye forward. Rossetti. Balboa again. And once more Mauritania can break here. Of course, Equatorial Guinea have to push forward and risk leaving the spaces in behind. Taken down by Aboubacar Camara, their French-born captain who scored the opening goal. By Diarra. Mauritanian staff can be very pleased with how their team have performed so far tonight off the back of that resounding defeat in Zambia at the weekend. They were torn apart by Leicester City's Patson Daka, who got the opening goal, and then Fashion Sakala, who scored a hat-trick. The response so far tonight has been superb from Mauritania. Dojera Boucher was the national technical director before being asked to step up as the interim manager of the team. Ganet back the way to Saul Koko. Touched on by Rossetti, but covering was Lemrabot for Mauritania. Is that in terms of the world rankings, Mauritania should be the favourites. They are 100th in the world rankings. Equatorial Guinea are a lowly 132nd. Well down the rankings. Carlos Acapo, the captain, back to Ganet. Ganet trying his luck again from outside the area. Feel that he's the man who can make something happen coming from midfield. Pass all wrong, picked up by Emea Tanji. Away by Ouebib Nias. Well, they're lively going forward, Mauritania. Just on Emea Tanji. He's 23 years old. He is a very exciting talent on that left flank for the home team. Camara, offside flag is up against Aboubacar Camara. Sinwadibu are a team to look out for, I think, certainly in terms of developing players who might move on to bigger leagues elsewhere, with all due respect to Mauritania. Camara was clearly in an offside position there. Tunisia absolutely in control of their game. Understanding is that they are now 3-0 up at home against Zambia. They are very much getting the job done tonight. And, I think Equatorial Guinea will inevitably hear news of that when they head into the dressing room at half-time. It's away by Huebib. By the way, the other enormous game this evening, Cameroon have to beat the Ivory Coast, and they are winning by 1-0 in Group D. Karl Toko-Ekambi of Olympique Lyonnais in France has got the breakthrough, and if it stays that way, Cameroon will head through to the final round of qualifying, and the Ivory Coast will not be there. Fosete for Miguel Angel Maillet. Futuro King's defender. In that left back position, Fosete again. Fosete does well to dig out a cross of any sort, but cleared away. Mauritanian player down here, Aboubakar Camara, requires some treatment. The man who got the goal, he was a new call-up to the Mauritania squad earlier this year for the end of their Cup of Nations qualifying campaign back in March. At the time he was playing on loan back in his native country, France, for Dijon. They were relegated from the top flight. He was on loan from Fulham, and he was then sold to Aris Thessaloniki in Greece in August, becoming their record signing. He is a formidable centre forward. He has done himself a bit of damage. Clear exactly what the problem is there, but we are into 2 added minutes at the end of the first half here. Throw into the home team, Lemrabot to take it. For Camara, recovered from that problem. Picked up by Gannett. Well, his late winning goal against Tunisia had revived their hopes, allowed them to dream, but that dream has been torn apart in the first half here tonight in Nouakchott, and really with the news coming from elsewhere, with Tunisia cruising to victory against Zambia. Tanji. Good challenge by Akapo. Over to Fosete. Fosete looking to go forward, but it will be a throw for Equatorial Guinea, and a half-time whistle fast upon us, and a chance for Juan Micha to rouse his troops at the interval. Ultimately, the World Cup dream is no longer alive, really, for the Zalang Nacional. And there is the half-time whistle here in Nouakchott. Mauritanian fans on their feet, applauding, and they're delighted with their team's performance in the first half. And the goal coming midway through the first period from the captain, Aboubakar Camara. Equatorial Guinea, who had started well enough, but they now find themselves trailing by 0 at the break, and their prospects of making it through to the playoff round of this World Cup qualifying campaign are virtually nil. Welcome back to Nouakchott. The Mauritania players out already for the second half here and looking to see the job through. They're a goal up at the break thanks to that man Aboubakar Kamara. Some instructions for Miguel Angel Maye and Equatorial Guinea. Looking to find a way back into this game, but it's going to be too late, you fear, for their World Cup prospects. Tunisia almost certain to top this group now. 3-0 up at the break in their game at home against Zambia. The thumbs up here are from the Mauritanian camp for the way they've played thus far. We'll be underway in the second half very shortly. The question is, what changes can Juan Micha make to turn this around for Equatorial Guinea? I mentioned the fact that maybe it's now time to look ahead to what's to come for these teams. The Africa Cup of Nations on the horizon for both sides. Mauritania kick off their campaign against Gambia in Limbe on the 12th of January. And Equatorial Guinea the same day against the Ivory Coast. Changes are being made. Dorian Ansah looks like is stripped and ready to come on. That is another striker. There is Josete. Brought into the team this evening, Josete, the number 17, plays his club football in Greece. There's going to be a couple of changes, and it's two attackers coming on. Dorian Ansah, the number 18, and Luis Enlavo, the number 19. Looking for something different up front. And so the changes then. Alex Balboa, the Alaves midfielder, who was on a booking. He is being replaced by Luis Enlavo. Plays his club football in Portugal for Braga. And the other change in attack, Oscar Ciafa being replaced, and Dorian Ansah, 20-year-old Spanish-born player who plays in the Spanish lower leagues, he comes on as well. We're underway in the second half. Equatorial Guinea restarting proceedings, trailing by a goal to nil. And they need to turn this around here against Mauritania. They also need to rely on an extremely improbable comeback from Zambia away in Tunisia if they are to top this group. Juan Micha, the Equatorial Guinea coach, making two changes at half-time, two young attacking players on at the break for the away side. And let's see if that can give any fresh impetus to the Nzalang Nacional. Carlos Acapo playing it to Federico Bicoro. And Equatorial Guinea are in a hurry. Mauritania not to the same extent under Gerard Boucher. manager who, in terms of his coaching career, has spent the majority of his time working with clubs in Tunisia. It's Tunisia who are set to finish on top of this qualifying group. Cruising 3-0 up at home against Zambia at half-time. Final night of this stage of qualifying in Europe as well. The difference between the European zone and the African zone is that the group winners in Europe all qualify automatically, and the runners-up head through to the playoff stage to decide the remaining places. In Africa, just 5 berths up for grabs, and that's going to be the big change come the next World Cup in 2026 in North America, when the number of African representatives is set to jump from 5 to 9. Cross in from the left-hand side. It might just fall for an Equatorial Guinea player in the middle. Claimed by Babacar Diop. Took a couple of knocks in the first half, but he's still on the field. Headed on by Yassine. This is Almike Ndiaye. Ouaibib. And now looking for Amadou Niasse on the right flank. Mauritania have a lot of what you would consider to be regular starters on the bench this evening. The sweeping changes made by the coach, the interim manager, with an eye on the Cup of Nations to come, but also on the Arab Cup to come, which begins very soon on the 30th of November. Warm-up event for the World Cup itself, which is a year away. The Arab Cup is going to make for fascinating viewing. Mauritania will be there. On the 16 qualifiers, Tunisia will be there too. Dorian Hansa battling to create a chance for Equatorial Guinea. Wanamicha's team live in hope of turning this game around and at least salvaging something in the second half. They've got themselves a corner. Pablo Ganet to take it. Played short, he gets it back again. He's gone down as the shot comes in from distance. It's well over the bar. There are 1 or 2 appeals from Equatorial Guinea players to the referee. Ganet's going to require some treatment here. Well, Pablo Ganet thought there was some foul play involved as Emea Tanji heads off the field on the far side. Looks like it's going to just be a goal kick for Mauritania. Ganet in discussions with Aboubakar Kamara, the Mauritania captain and goal scorer. By Babacar Diop. Kamara's got a couple of goals for his new club Aris in the Greek League this season, including a winner against Panathinaikos in September. Abderrahman, Yassine, nicely done. Houssem Abderrahman giving chase and covering is Esteban Orozco. So Coco forward, intercepted by Abdullahi. Yassine Sheikh El Weli has made a good impact on the game tonight for Mauritania. One in the air by Saul Coco. Forward by Josete. Dorian Ansa looking to hold off Kouebib. Tiadia Diarra there as well. Free kick's been given. Gerard Boucher watching on. Mauritania look to hold on to this lead. Pablo Ganet to deliver the free kick, the Real Murcia midfielder in the Spanish lower leagues. His club having to do without him over the last weekend. Spanish lower leagues not stopping for international duty. Ganet coming away to represent his country. His free kick is sent in, header won by Mahmoud Abdullahi. And here come Mauritania on the breakaway. Amadou Niasse covered by Carlos Acapo. Ndiaye does well. Diarra's pass intercepted. Dorian Ansa's fresh legs charging down to goalkeeper Diop. Well, I think we can say definitively that the chances of Equatorial Guinea topping the group are dead. With Tunisia 3-0 up against Zambia in the other game in the group. And, Tunisia were always the favourites to make it through this section, it must be said. Tunisia were one of the 5 African representatives at the last World Cup in Russia in 2018. Along with Morocco, Egypt, Nigeria and Senegal. None of them made it through the group phase, remember, and that is something they'll want to improve upon collectively next year in Qatar. But first of all, we have to find out who the African representatives will be. The playoff round will be next March, and then the draw for the finals themselves will take place in Qatar on the 1st of April, and that is going to be a big moment in the run-up to the World Cup. For now, tonight here in Nouakchott, Mauritania leading Equatorial Guinea by 0-0. Set to finish their campaign with a victory. Here's the shot from outside the area from Dorian Ansa. He's 20 years old, playing in the Spanish lower leagues, born in Spain. That's the case with a lot of the Equatorial Guinea squad. Federico Bicoro. Forward towards Josete on the left. probably forgotten just how far Equatorial Guinea have come. They were involved in the first round of preliminary qualifying back in September 2019. And they edged out South Sudan by 2-1 on aggregate. They drew 1-1 in the first leg, and then at home in the return edged a 1-0 victory to make it through, with the goal scored by Emilio Nsue, sometimes captain of the national team, currently without a club, and that's why he's on the bench this evening. Canet wins the free kick. Manedu's pass to the far side. Now the two substitutes waiting in the middle for a cross. If Rosete can get to the byline and deliver, it will be a corner. It's played short. Ball into the near post, and it's been headed into the net, and there is hope for Equatorial Guinea. They've got the equaliser. And it's Saul Koko who celebrates. The young defender forward for the set piece. It's 1 apiece now here in Nouakchott. Now the corner played short, and then cross delivered to the near post. Ivanedu to Rosete. His cross took a slight deflection on its way through. And Saul Koko rising at the near post to send the ball beyond the reach of Babacar Diop and in. Koko, the young defender, born in Lanzarote, the Spanish Canary Island. And the Las Palmas player, making it 1-1 this evening. Now, Equatorial Guinea do still mathematically have hope, but even if they do get the victory tonight, it looks like it's going to be too little too late for them, because Tunisia cruising to victory against Zambia, and ultimately their goal difference is so impressive that they will surely top the section. Quite the boost for Equatorial Guinea at the beginning of this second half. We are waiting to get underway again. Just coming up to the hour mark here. And Saul Koko's goal cancelling out Aboubakar Kamara's first half opener for the home team. Here come Equatorial Guinea again. Borian Ansa looking for some support on the far side. Diadier Diarra, the Mauritanian defender. He and Alassane Ouebib having a tough evening. At the back for the home team. Mauritania have conceded 10 goals in 5 games before tonight. Come Equatorial Guinea again, possibly a chance to make it 2-1, and Luis Enlavo denied by a crucial last gasp intervention there. Here is Ndiaye. This is Diadier Diarra. Abderrahman plays his club football in Belgium. There are members of the Mauritanian team playing for different clubs in lower leagues in Europe. Nias setting off on the run. Mauritania will be eager to finish off on a high. I mentioned the upcoming Arab Cup. Mauritania will be in a group with Tunisia, always with Tunisia, as well as the United Arab Emirates and Syria. And Mauritania's first game will be against Tunisia exactly 2 weeks from today. The FIFA-sanctioned Arab Cup. Mauritania came through the qualifiers. They got the better of Yemen back in June. The return of the Arab Cup, last played in 2012 in Saudi Arabia and won by Morocco. Cosette set up the equalising goal. Nice footwork from him. Taking on Lemrabot and winning the free kick right on the byline. Well, this is good play from Cosette. Twisting and turning, and too good for Elassane Lemrabot. Cosette may play his club football in Greece, but he's one of the many members of the Equatorial Guinea squad who were born in Spain. Here's another one, Pablo Ganet. Born in Malaga. He's in the squad at the Africa Cup of Nations in 2015. Well-travelled midfielder will deliver the free kick here. Match winner against Tunisia at the weekend, remember. Ganet back to Ivan Edu. His shot is blocked. Maye's ball into the arms of Babacar Diop. Well, Mauritania have not really offered anything going forward themselves in this second half. This is a problem for Mauritania. They're going to have to make a change, and in fact they're going to make sweeping changes here. Fresh legs for the final 25 minutes plus stoppage time. So, Emea Tanji, who was very lively in the first half, he is making way for Mauritania. Look out for him in the future, the Nouadhibou player. Tanji off. And it's Moussine Boda, another one who's come through at Nouadhibou, who takes his place. Two more changes to come for the home team. Amadou Niasse, another excellent shift from him on the right flank, the man who set up the opening goal. His place being taken by Adam Abba, who has played at a good level in France and in Turkey as well, and Abba takes on the captain's armband. And the other change in midfield, Mahmoud Abdullahi is the player off, and Mohamed Delayali coming on, Libya-based midfielder. These are all players who started in Zambia in the last game and were dropped from the lineup this evening. Shouldn't be any major change to the Mauritanian team's tactical formation. Boubacar Camara remaining through the middle of the attack. He has relieved himself of the captain's armband and passed it on to Adama Ba. One here as we come up to the midway point in the second half. A limited number of Mauritanian supporters in the stadium here in Nouakchott tonight, and they are enjoying their evening, but their team, having been in front at the break, been pegged back in the second half, and Gerard Bouchard looking for the fresh legs to bring something different to the home team. Al Mourabitoun, Mauritania. Got a disappointing qualifying campaign. Van Edu was looking for the free kick there up against Lemrabot. Hand off from the Mauritanian defender. Delayali with the long ball out to the right-hand side. Picked up by Ndiaye. Ndiaye looking for Hussein Boda. Esteban Orozco. That Equatorial Guinea defence, one of the many players in the Equatorial Guinea ranks based in the lower leagues in Spain. Can often be a very big step up indeed. A lot of these teams rely on one or two players who play at a much higher level. In the case of the Equatorial Guinea side, there aren't really any players playing at highest level in Europe, for example, on a regular basis. A number of players involved at leading clubs, a couple on the books at Alaves in the starting lineup tonight, but neither of them, the goalkeeper Jesus Owono or the midfielder Alex Balboa, who was withdrawn at the break, neither of them are playing regular football for the first team, instead based with the second team. Adama Ba picked up in midfield by Akapo, and here come Equatorial Guinea. They'll get the free kick here within shooting range. Good play from Luis Enlavo. A foul by Delayali, who's just on as a substitute. 1-1 here in Nouakchott, still 3-0 for Tunisia against Zambia in the other game in Group B this evening, and if it stays this way here and there, Tunisia will top the group by 2 points from Equatorial Guinea, with Zambia back in third place. Consolation second point of the campaign for Mauritania, who will prop up the section regardless of how this game ends tonight. Boubacar Diop organising his wall. Edu fancies this one. A bit more than 20 metres out for the Equatorial Guinea player. 5 men in the wall. Can he get it on target? Goes under the wall, but into the arms of Boubacar Diop, who didn't move, didn't flinch, and Mauritania survived that Equatorial Guinea chance, and now they come forward themselves. Seen with the big switch of play towards Adama Ba. Carlos Akapo covering, and Jesus Owono out to mop up. Away by Orozco, picked up by Ivan Edu. Nice control from the number 6. Wanted to play the free kick early. Well, Dilayali wouldn't let him, and Dilayali is booked. Penalised for the second time in the few minutes since he was brought onto the field, Mohamed Dilayali. Libya-based midfielder. Abdelrahman. Throw into the away team. To throw into the home team. Abdelrahman wants it. It's a Mauritania ball. Well, one thing is for sure, the final round of African qualifying, not till March, but it's going to be absolutely fascinating. Equatorial Guinea deserve great credit for their performance in this group. They were the bottom seeds in the section. And they're going to finish in second place above a very decent Zambia team. You think of the players that Zambia have at their disposal, players based leading clubs in Europe, of course, Patson Daka at Leicester City, Fashion Sakala at Rangers. It's not just them, there is Inoku Mwepu as well. Playing for Brighton and Hove Albion in the English Premier League, and one or two others with leading clubs. There's a very good club scene in Zambia as well. And you would think that the Copper Bullets would normally finish above a team like Equatorial Guinea, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yassine, last touch came off him. Time for another change, with a quarter of an hour remaining here at Nouakchott. And it's Mauritania who are moving again, and Almike Ndiaye is coming off here. And we're going to see what Gisuma Fofana can do. Good performance from Ndiaye. Plays in the French lower leagues, but he's put in a terrific shift tonight. And Gisuma Fofana, French-born midfielder, got his first call-up to the Mauritania setup for these fixtures. Now playing for CFR Cluj in Romania. He gets a chance to impress in the remaining minutes. The free kick given Equatorial Guinea's way. Shah Boucher, the Mauritania coach, I think he can be pleased with many aspects of his team's performance tonight. I have to say that Al Mourabi Toun, they played well up against Tunisia here last month under Corentin Martins. He was sacked just after. And Equatorial Guinea will make an another change themselves shortly. We're going to see the veteran Emilio Nsue coming on. Well, the shot from a difficult angle is off target, and, well, to say the fall to the ground was slightly theatrical. It's Ivan Edu who will require some treatment here. Going to happen for Equatorial Guinea tonight. You may recall back in 2015 at the Cup of Nations they stunned Tunisia in the quarter-finals with a victory in extra time in Bata. That was not expected. Tunisia getting a measure of revenge this evening. The goal again, header in by Saul Coco after the corner was played short. Josete's cross, and that made it 1-1. Equatorial Guinea looking for a platform from which to go on and win this game, but Mauritania have stood firm. Dorian Ansa into the middle. Picked up by Camara. It's it to Bar. Emilio Nsue patiently waiting to get onto the field here. Algeria drawing with Burkina Faso earlier today to secure top spot in Group A. Nigeria drawing with Cape Verde to secure qualification from their group. Victor Osimhen had put them in front. Cape Verde got the equaliser but couldn't get the winner. Still very, very tense indeed in Douala, where Cameroon lead the Ivory Coast by 1-0. And if it stays that way, Cameroon will qualify as winners of that group. The Ivory Coast will be out. Egypt beating Gabon earlier today, having already wrapped up top spot in their group. Morocco 3-0 up against Guinea. They've romped to first place in Group I. And they are heading for another victory there. Saul Coco. Federico Bicoro with Carlos Acapo. Boubacar Camara running through, his path to goal blocked by the defender Orozco. Camara has gone down here clutching his leg, and I suspect that Orozco might be in for punishment from the referee. The yellow card is out, and there can be few complaints for Esteban Orozco. Carlos Acapo was getting back to possibly cover. A cynical foul by Orozco. And the card is produced by the referee from Mauritius. Gerard Boucher been asked to leave the touchline by the fourth official. Confirmation of the booking for Orozco. And there we have it, the red card for one member of the Mauritania staff down there being sent to the stand in frustration. Well, I think the sentiment among the Mauritania staff was that maybe the red card could have been shown to the Equatorial Guinea player, but just the yellow. Mauritania fans in the stands are up in arms as well. Play will eventually restart again. Let's see what they can do from the free kick. Camara and Abderrahman are there. Well, Camara is currently waiting to come back onto the field here. Abderrahman whips it in. It's a good delivery as well. It's one of the technical staff who was dismissed from the touchline in dramatic fashion. Camara is now back on the field. Less than 7 minutes remaining here. Interception by Abderrahman. Picked up by Nlavo. Ansa gives away the free kick. Time for another change in a moment for Equatorial Guinea. Well, amongst all the excitement, Emilio Nsue came on. Diadier Diarra will send a free kick forward. Back the way to Orozco. Saul Coco. It's going to fall here for the shot from range from Nlavo. One here, and Tunisia leading by 3-1 at home against Zambia. Fashion Sakala pulling one back for the Chipolo Polo. It's going to be too little too late for Zambia, and it's not going to be sufficient for Equatorial Guinea either. Ball in from the left-hand side. Turned by Orozco. Camara loses out to Federico Bicoro. Equatorial Guinea getting ready to make another change shortly. Emilio Nsue taking on Diadier Diarra. Captained Equatorial Guinea when they made it to the semi-finals at the Cup of Nations in 2015, that fabulous run that they went on. And of course, captained them in that famous victory against Tunisia in the quarter-finals. Now then, time for another change for Mauritania. Boubacar Camara is going to make way here for Idrissa Thiam. An excellent shift from Boubacar Camara, the French-born forward, still a relative newcomer to the Mauritanian national setup. And Idrissa Thiam will replace him for the last few minutes. Still 1-1 here in Nouakchott. Ball fed through and chance on the run for Delayali. Can Mauritania find a winner? Can they get a first win of this campaign? Can Equatorial Guinea claim a late winner for the second time in 4 days? They did it at home against Tunisia in Malabo at the weekend. It's collected by Jesus Owono, who's not had much to do in this second half. Here's Gannett. To the near side. Idrissa Thiam, the substitute, fancies the shot at goal. Thiam gets off target. A lively play from the man who's just come on. Equatorial Guinea preparing a double change. Number 20, Javier Acapo will come on shortly. Cosme Anbene is the other player who's getting ready to enter the fray for the last few moments, the final moments of Equatorial Guinea's campaign. Next challenge for them will be the Cup of Nations, which starts in less than 2 months' time. The change is now being made, and it's Miguel Angel Mayet, defender, making way for Javier Acapo. Cosme Anbene is the other player brought on. He is a defender by trade. It's a swap really between Anbene and Mayet, and Javier Acapo is on as well. Carlos Acapo, captain of this Equatorial Guinea side, playing for Cadiz in La Liga in Spain. Cleared away by Thiam. I think it was Federico Bicoro who went off to make way for Javier Acapo. Number 20 helping that ball on. A shot from range. Luis Lavo's attempt. It's all going to be too little too late for Equatorial Guinea, even if they can get a winning goal here as we move into stoppage time. There should be a few minutes added on, given all the substitutions and a couple of stoppages for injuries as well. The real drama at the moment, I think, being played out elsewhere in this section and in the other sections too, including in Douala between Cameroon and the Ivory Coast. 5 minutes of time added on at the end of this game here in Nouakchott. We're into the first of those minutes now. Well, is there time to see a late winning goal from either team here? Two bottom seeds in this group when it all began. Touch on by Ivan Edu. Space now for Idrissa Thiam on the left. He's got support outside him from Abderrahmane. He tried to come infield instead. Mauritania's attempts to win this game are going to be in vain, and Emilio Nsue just pointing to his wrist, making the watch sign to his teammates and letting them know that they need to get on with it, I think. And the header on, Nsue could be through here. The flag is up for offside. Just for a split second, Equatorial Guinea thought they might have been in. And what a moment it would have been for Emilio Nsue, former Mallorca player who has been without a club. That's why he's not been in the starting lineup. Just a lack of quality going forward from Mauritania in the second half. Equatorial Guinea have tightened up defensively. Pablo Ganet. Lavo. Trying to feed it through towards Nsue. Back with Carlos Acapo again. Through towards Ivan Edu. Gets it into the middle. It's cleared away by the defender. Equatorial Guinea really pushing forward now. Orozco's shot. Well, his eyes lit up there, but that was a very hopeful effort. Confirmation of that earlier change. Federico Bicoro making way, and Cosme Anvene coming on for him. Same time as Javier Acapo entered the fray. A couple of late changes made by Juan Micha. Final minute of 5 added minutes at the end of this game, at the end of this World Cup qualifying campaign for these teams. It's all going to come to an end tonight. We knew that for Mauritania, and it's going to be the end of the road as well for Equatorial Guinea. Tunisia have beaten Zambia by 3-1 in the other game, and Equatorial Guinea always knew that a Tunisian victory would leave them with too much to do this evening, given the goal difference advantage for the Carthage Eagles, who were, of course, the favourites coming into this group. And Tunisia will head through. Equatorial Guinea will have to settle for an honourable second place as they push forward. Perhaps the final chance of the evening for Ghana. Ivan Edu on the left-hand side. The referee ready to blow his whistle any second now. And there might just about be time to take the corner. Will there? They got their equalising goal from a corner earlier in the second half. And this will be the last act of the game in the 6th minute of added time here. Can Equatorial Guinea win this? Can it to deliver? It's a good ball in as well, and excellent goalkeeping from Babacar Diop to claim it. And there we have it. The full-time whistle goes here. And it ends at 1 apiece. There will be no place in the playoff round for Equatorial Guinea. Really, they had to win tonight. They knew that to stand a chance, but Tunisia got the job done. And their goal difference advantage was always such that it would leave Equatorial Guinea with too much to do. And in the end, the Enzalang Nacional had to come from behind to get a draw here in Mauritania. Aboubakar Kamara putting the home side in front. Saul Koko heading in the equaliser just before the hour mark. Still no win for Mauritania in this group to finish the campaign, and they move forward now to the Arab Cup and then the Africa Cup of Nations early in the new year. We'll see Equatorial Guinea there as well, but neither of these teams will feature at the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. The final score here in Nouakchott tonight: Mauritania 1, Equatorial Guinea 1. And as the teams head off, we will show you the final standings in a few moments. So this is how it stands in Group B. Tunisia ending up on top of the group with 13 points after their victory against Zambia tonight. Equatorial Guinea, a very respectable second with 11 points. Zambia in third on 7 points, and Mauritania propping up the group without a win with just 2 points to their name. There we have it. These teams are out. Tunisia, for them, the dream lives on. They'll be there in the playoffs next March.